Here at Gundam Planet, we're all about acronyms, and so that's why I'm going to bring you the GP02 MLRS. I had no idea what this stood for, so I looked it up. It stands for Multiple Launch Rocket System, which first, I give them credit for not trying to make this a cute word, because that seems like something they would do. Second, I give them credit for not starting with a word and trying to crowbar an acronym in there. Third, I take away credit because it should be Multiple Rocket Launch System, but that's enough of that. Here we go. This was apparently in a video game. I don't know. I really like the GP02 design from Stardust Memory. Stardust Memory, also known as the show that exists solely for cool mobile suits, because the rest of it isn't so good. So, gonna take advantage of those good mobile suit designs. We're gonna build one of these. They put the stickers right on top, so you know exactly what you're getting into. There's the yellow; these are for the shoulders. I guess we couldn't expect those to be yellow pieces. The red, that's for the shield. I guess the same thing goes for that. Everything else is pretty standard. It has the O2 for the shoulders, some eyes, some thrusters. That's pretty standard. The plastic it feels nice, first of all, which again, I'm kind of surprised I'm saying this about high grade 75, following close on the heels of the Zaku 1 Sniper that I did. But plastic feels nice, plastic looks nice, plastic has nice green beam saber effect parts, so good runner A. I like that. The inner frame is very standard. You got the safety nubs on the V-fin. It looks like it only has two, like a hand for each side, so whatever, not thrilled about that. You got polycaps, great. Now, the first thing, when I first saw this kit, I didn't know it was going to be in this crazy, like, different gray. This is a very cool different gray. I really like it. I don't know if you've noticed, I like shades of gray. I'm not sure why. Then, this is, wow, this is more of the same gray, but like, oh my goodness, these panel lines. I just, like, I'm gonna hold this up to the lens. You're probably not gonna be able to see it, but the way that the fan on the top of the head looks is just like maybe if I get myself out here, I'll focus in on that. But it's so detailed, and it actually has the little O2 carved out of the shoulder, so that's so cool. I like this a lot. I didn't notice that. That's great. Here is the runner that is just the MLRS part of this, the multiple launch rocket system. So gonna have to do the same thing 6 times for that. Big old shield. Love the big old shield. And then we have a completely different runner. This is a different bazooka. Also in my research, I found out this is for when the GP02 sorties without needing the nuclear warhead. So that's why the bazooka is slightly different, and I guess that explains why the bazooka is slightly more awesome too. I don't know why, but then we got the manual. Got really, really good typical Bandai Photoshop model into some CG background. I like that a lot. And yeah, this looks substantial and nice. And since it doesn't transform, I'm hoping that it's not a complete nightmare like my last 5 grade was. So I'm gonna go and find out. Hopefully I'm not disappointed like some I was in some other models. So I had some preconceived notions about pre-100 high grades, but these last 2 high grades I built are really doing their best to get rid of that. They want me to open my mind, and they're well on their way. This is high grade 75. I was kind of expecting it to be a throwaway. I just wanted to build it to be building something. You know, it's a high grade. 3 hours, probably done with it. But it was like very substantial. It took me like 4 or 5 hours or something like that, which is way more than I expected to put in it. And it wasn't a 4 or 5 hours like the Geplant was, where I just hated myself for the entire time and got through it by watching good movies. This was actually like I dedicated myself to this. And it's really good. Now this is high grade 75. The Zaku 1 Sniper was high grade 71. So maybe the 70s is just a good decade for the Gunplas. So. Gonna get right into what makes this so good. Here's the first thing. What makes this the multiple launch rocket system rather than the Physalis, or however you want to pronounce that, is the rockets. So they're on these 2 joints. They articulate all the way down. You can get them all the way up. They have a really nice swivel. They're 2 separate pegs that go into each side of the backpack, so you can articulate them by themselves or together. And then all of these nice little hinges, they just let you open these missile packs right up, and you can see in there. So that's really cool. and that's really the only difference as far as features go, other than just the color that the kit is molded in. And then if you don't want the rocket system because you're a sensible person who thinks the GP02 looks best with the bazooka, you take these off. You only need to take one of them off because the bazooka pegs in behind this shoulder, so you can't have the missile on at the same time as the bazooka on this side, but you can have it on this side. I don't know why you'd want that. The asymmetry is a little weird, so take those both off there. You can see how easy that was. It was great. So now the bazooka's in his shoulder, and it was really nice already, but like, where's the rest of the bazooka? Well, of course it's in his shield, but I just want to show you this. Like, it's in his shield, and like, it's not coming out of his shield. Like, this isn't going anywhere, and that's really good. This feature was implemented very well. I didn't really know how they were going to do it because I had that stupid Mobile Suit in Action thing from Walmart, and that just kind of like sat there, and you kind of hoped that your dog didn't need it or something. But this is locked. It is not going anywhere. So in order to get you probably think, oh, it's really hard to get out. No, you just take off the handle, and then this just opens up, and like, wow, there you go. Close it back up, put the handle back on. Now you have the shield. Now you have the bazooka. So this is really cool. Apparently this like the MLRS isn't even supposed to have the bazooka, but you know, I guess Bandai would have felt guilty about releasing a GP02 without that. It's just kind of weird that they chose the one that isn't supposed to have the bazooka and they gave it the cooler one. So there's that. Sometimes it's like when I'm trying to have him facing this way and do this, it's hard to get him to hold the bazooka. So that's really the only problem. But as you can see, it is solid. Like, you really don't like it's not gonna like it's still. His hand doesn't provide any extra support. It's really just for aesthetics. So that's very nice. The frame itself and just the kit in general, I expected to be a lot more reliant on polycaps. I don't know, maybe because of like seeing the master grade and like, oh man, that thing is bad. But you know, there are years and years in between that and this, and they fixed a lot of the problems. Like this, there aren't many polycaps used in like the shoulder joints. Everything is super tight as a result because it all uses the same kind of plastic, and some of them even have these like ratchet mechanisms to make sure that like the wrist doesn't droop. It's like you can actually feel it click when you move the hand like this, and it articulates very well. Like, you can see how far down the wrist bends like that if he is going to be holding the bazooka, so that's really good. The elbows are all very tight, the shoulders are very tight, the legs are also like, I just expected a Hollow Nightmare that like he's just doing this, like he's just staying there. I'm like floored by the way that such a big mobile suit has features that are integrated so well in such an early high grade when in the scheme of things. I guess not that early, and the way that the shoulders are, this guy keeps falling off on mine, but that can be easily fixed with cement. The big thrusters also articulate separately from the shoulders themselves. So if you want to move the arm back, you can still rotate the shoulder like this. It's really good. I did not expect it to be as excellent as it is. So on the note of the shoulders, these come up, this one in the back comes down, and these two actually articulate together because it has this bar that goes through the middle, so the thrusters come down at the same time and then back up, and it's just, you can see how easily I'm doing all this, but it's not that it's loose, like it's not that it's loose at all. It's really tight, so you do have to put a little bit of effort into it, but when you're posing it, it's really good. And I love the way that the beam sabers are integrated here, just like they are on the show, when he rips it out and he has the huge beam saber, and it's so cool. Same exact thing. It comes with these really nice bright green effect parts. So there's actually nothing that you could want from a GP02 kit that isn't in here, because this is exactly like the original, but you get these extra things if you really want to recreate however it appears in whatever the harmony of Gundam it says on the box. I don't even know what that means. It comes with this. Because I guess it would be too big for a standard circular peg, but this only works in Action Base 2, so don't think you're going to be doing that with an Action Base 1. But in closing, everything about this is good. I really enjoy this. This is like on the scale of high grades, top 5 that I've built. So take that as you will, and I hope you will give this guy a shot, because he deserves it. He deserves love, and I hope all of you give him that.